I'm going to show you 5 simple steps how to choose the right font for your cover design. So you really want to avoid those texts that are unreadable and maybe doesn't match with your background. So how to choose the right font for your cover design, which is one of the most important elements in your cover design, and your cover design is the first thing that your customer will see from all of your work. So it's really essential to be professional on your cover design, and it looks very good for the customers. So the first step to check your font is to choose the right font type for your niche. So for example, I'm not going to go deep on the font types or something like that because it's really deep and complex topic. However, you can use your common sense. And by the way, I'm not professional designer or something like that, but I will give you basic knowledge that will help you to choose the right fonts and avoid some of the biggest mistakes that publishers do. So for example, I'm going to create a notebook, basic, simple cover design to explain the steps, the 5 simple steps. So the first step is to check the font type, and I mean by that is to match between the font type and the niche. So for example, if your targeted audience is kids and toddlers, you have to choose a right font for them. However, if your targeted audience are teachers, students, it would be different font. So how you can choose it? You can choose it by your own, whether you use Canva or any tool for your designing, and use your common sense on that. Or if you want to choose from the currently best-selling books, for example, so don't copy them exactly, but get inspired from these fonts, for example. So for example, you like this cover design here, simple and big coloring book, and you want to choose this niche, for example, or similar niche. How you can know this font right here in this cover design? So the best way is to take a screenshot or download this image and go to this website, myfonts.com, and here you can see that it's what the font. Go to this page right here, and here in this feature you can drop an image, and then they will identify the fonts on that image. So it must be PNG or JPG only. So you can upload it and see the font. So for example, you upload the cover design that you want to see the font type on it. So then you detect which word exactly you want to check. So for example, the word everything. What is this niche? Then click here to identify the font, and it will detect and search for the similar and the same fonts for that. And as you can see, many of them are paid. However, you can search for that name on Canva, for example, and you may get it for free. And here is a list of so many fonts, because sometimes there are only slight differences between fonts, and some of them free and others are paid. So check that. And here's also a good website to choose many fonts. It's fontspring.com. Here are the most common used fonts, and it will gives you with a theme for that. So for example, this font for educational purposes, some of them are for funny memes and so on. So you should know the niche and the targeted audience that you want to choose. And this website actually has many paid fonts. However, they also have some free fonts here. So if you click here, free fonts, you can get so many fonts. And I have typed here, for example, kids coloring book, and you can see how does it look like here. And here you can choose the category, the weight, for example, if you want it light, bold, heavy, like this, the styles, width, tags, and so on. And by the way, if you are using this website, check the licensing, whether you can use it for your ebooks, for books, for commercial use or not. So check that on every single font that you use, and you don't have to use 100 fonts. You can stick to 5-6 fonts that you are comfortable with and they make sales. So stick to basic and small numbers to maximize your sales. So this is really important step to check the font type. So this is the first step. The second step is to check your position. The text position is really important. So for example, if you put it like this, it doesn't look right. It look odd, especially there's no elements here. Or so should I put it in the middle, in the left, and the right? So the basic thing, if you want to use the most common positions, you can use the, so I have drawn 3 lines or 4, okay, like this. So I'll reduce the transparency of the background. So here 2 lines and here is 2 lines. So the two best position is to put them here in this area, and it's okay to put it a little bit slightly under or slightly above, that's okay, or immediately and exactly on that line here in this position. Or you can put it right here like this. So it will look like this. If I increase the transparency, you can see that it looks really good here in this position. Or you can put it here, and by the way, on Canva you can see that automatically some lines will appear if your text in the third part of the image, or on the half like this here on the middle, or in the second third of that background. So Canva will help you. So for example, I will put it here like this, which look amazing. So this is the second step, is to check your text position. The third step is to choose the numbers of fonts. So I see many people, many publishers using 3, 4, 5 different fonts, and that's really odd. So I advise you all to stick to 1 or 2 maximum fonts. So don't use more than 2 fonts. And how to choose the combination of 2 fonts? So if you are using Canva, for example, you can go here to the text part, and here the heading, subheading, and text here. Under here you can see that there is a section with font combinations, and there are many good combination, like for example this one or this one. So it's good combination between 2 different fonts. So you can use this feature on Canva. It's free apparently, and you can get it immediately. So for example, these 2 fonts match together. Happy birthday. So you can use your common sense, but I advise you to check and double check. If you want, for example, from your own imagination, so this font, for example, is More Sugar. Its name is More Sugar here from Canva. You can go to Google and search font pairing and write here your name, your font name. So font pairing More Sugar, for example, and you can see here the most combination, the most common combination, and the best one is to combine it with this font, Beverly Hills. So you can Google it easily on Google, or you can use the ready combination from Canva itself. So this is a really good point, and you don't need to put more than 2 different fonts. So this is the third step. The fourth step is to choose the right font size. So there is no specific number for font size, because it's really it depends on the elements of the cover design. It depends on the niche, but the best advice that I can give you is to make it readable. Please make it readable. So for example, in this book here, you can't read what's written here, and make sure that it's readable, not to you as you are designing. No, make it smaller. So for example, if you put the text like this here, maybe you can read it here as you are designing because the cover is really big while you are designing. However, the customers will see different designs in their phones probably. So the thumbnail of the cover design will be really small, so you can't really read what's written there when the customers are browsing for books. So make it readable. So this font here, for example, is really, really small. So make it bigger. So for example, like this, and make it bold because it's better if it's bold because it will be easier to read. Okay, and after you put the size that you think it's good, for example this size, zoom out the cover design and see if you can read it or not. So like this I can read it because it's really readable, to be honest. So check that and make it readable. Check it, for example, ask your friends, your family members to double check if you want. So this is the fourth step, the font size. And the fifth steps where many people struggle at and many publishers make big mistake and big murders on that step is the font color. So for example, this font color is not good at all. So it's a blue text with a blue background. It doesn't work. So the best advice is you should make dark text with light background, or light background, or sorry, light text with dark background. So of course the best two combination is white and black. However, if you use, for example, this color, so here it does look fine. However, if you want, for example, here like this, here it doesn't look fine. It doesn't look that's good combination. So how can you check? So the best way to check is, after common sense, of course, is to use this tool here. It's free tool and its name is Color Contrast Checker. So this tool will allow you to check the combination between the color and the color of the background and the color of the text. So here you type the text color and here the background color. So as you can see, it will give you a grade here of the contrast, if it's super good or it's, for example, so this combination, for example, here between dark red and black, it's very poor. So you should change it. So for example, I'm going to check here. So the text is, as you can see here, is black. I'm going to copy it here and go to this checker. So this is the text, black, and the background here, copy this code here and paste it here. As you can see, it's very good. So you can upload it. It's very good. It's very good. Or if you want to maximize the more, aim for super good. Okay, but this one is really fine between the dark, between the black and light blue. So, or you can, for example, if you want to maximize it, just drag this here and make it lighter and it will be better score right here. So it's your choice. However, avoid poor if it's written here, avoid that at all. And after that, this is the cover design. So you can make, for example, to make the cover design even better, you can create a pattern here, for example, like this. Make it bigger a little bit and reduce the transparency. So it will be like this, and copy it here and again here. So maybe that looks better. So you can add elements. However, the main topic in this video is to put the right text, as I have shown you in this video in these 5 steps.
So this is the steps. However, if you want some niches, really profitable niches, go watch this video right here where I'm going through 5 top niches in KDP 2023.